Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Christopher, and it's time for me to do my Star Wars Funko Pop wish list for 2024. I did a list for 2023, which was my personal list of Star Wars Funko Pops I wanted to see going into 2024. And the majority of those still remain on my list. I did change up my list a little bit here. So these are the list of my personal Star Wars Funko Pops that I'd like to see made going forward into 2025. Fingers crossed we get some of them made. But jumping into the first character, and I'm going in chronological order as far as the Star Wars timeline goes. So we're starting with everyone's favorite show, The Acolyte, and the first character I'd like to see made into a Funko Pop from that show is the Stranger. Because let's face it, whether you loved The Acolyte or you hated it, the Stranger was the best part of that show, and I think we kind of got gypped there with not getting a Stranger Pop. We got the Chimera Pop, but the Stranger Pop would have been a lot better to get, in my opinion. So that's the first one from the Acolyte. The next one from the Acolyte is, of course, Master Endara. We did get some Jedi from the Acolyte. We got Master Soul, we got Yord, Fandor, but that was it for Jedi from that wave of Funko Pops. So we do need a Master Endara. She was one of the better Jedi in the series. I'm glad they did a Master Soul, but in my opinion, they should have done a Master Endara for the Acolyte wave. The next Acolyte Funko Pop that I hope they make, and I'm a realist here. I know they probably won't make any more Acolyte Funko Pops, but I'm still hoping, I'm dreaming that they will. I hope they make a Jackie Funko Pop because she was a great character. She was Soul's Padawan, and she was a really great character in the Acolyte. She was very much like an Obi-Wan Kenobi in this series, so it'd be nice to get a Jackie Pop. The next pop I'd like to see from the Acolyte is, of course, our favorite Jedi Wookiee, Kelnaka. Again, I think we got gypped when we didn't get this character as a Funko Pop in the first wave of the Acolyte Funko Pops. And now moving into my prequel list, and some of these characters remain from last year's list. So the first character from the prequels I do want to see is Nute Gunray, and I did have a couple of Nemodians on this list here, and I had Rune Haku as well. But if we only get one, Nute Gunray is the one I want to see, whether it's Episode 1 Nute Gunray or Episode 3 Nute Gunray or Attack of the Clones Nute Gunray. We need a Nute Gunray Funko Pop, but preferably from the Phantom Menace in that robe that he's wearing and the big headpiece that he has on. I think that would look great. And Funko always does a great job on aliens and droids, so you might notice that I have quite a few aliens and droid characters on this list as well. The next character from the Phantom Menace, of course, Boss Nass. Now we've gotten Jar Jar. We've gotten quite a few Jar Jar Funko Pops, especially over the last year and a bit. We've gotten quite a few additional Jar Jar Funko Pops. We started with the one blue box, and then now we've got, I think, 4 or 5 Jar Jar Binks Funko Pops. So it's time for another Gungan Funko Pop, and Boss Nass is my pick for that. And a Captain Tarpals. I had Captain Tarpals on my list last year, but I would much prefer to see the Boss Nass as the Funko Pop that we're getting from the Phantom Menace, if they do any more Phantom Menace Funko Pops. The next character from the Phantom Menace is Fode and Bede, and they're the two-headed announcers from the pod race. And again, like I just think that this character would look great as a Funko Pop. Funko does a great job with alien and creatures and droid characters, so I think this one would make a great one with the two heads, with the neck kind of going off into two, splitting into two there. So I think it would look really, really cool. The next character, now jumping into Attack of the Clones, and I had this one on my list last year, Zem Wessel, and either as in human form with the mask up or with the alien form with the alien face, but I think with the human form would make more sense. She does have a similar look to Fennec Shand from The Mandalorian, so wouldn't be too hard to do this pop or this character in pop form, because they could use some of the similar sculpting techniques from the Fennec Shand with the mask, the helmet, the long rifle there. So they already perfected Fennec Shand. I think they can give us a Zem Wessel. So the next Attack of the Clones character I have on my list of Funko Pops I'd like to see is Dexter Jetster. And this past year we did get the 2-pack with Pong Krell and Rex. So they've already done this species, the same species as Dexter Jetster. So perhaps for an upcoming anniversary for Attack of the Clones, they kind of missed the I think it was the 20-year anniversary for Attack of the Clones a couple years ago. So in my opinion, next anniversary, give us a Dexter Jetster. He's a great character. He was a minor character, but he was still a great character. And we know you can do the characters with the 4 arms there very well. And again, aliens and droids, Funko gets spot on. The next character from Attack of the Clones I'd like to see, and I put Taun We, but it can be Taun We, it could be any of the other Kaminoans, it could be Lama Su, the Prime Minister here, pictured with Taun We and Obi-Wan Kenobi. But one of the Kaminoans from Attack of the Clones would be great. I think it would look cool with the long neck and then the head a little bit higher. They have done Funko Pops with other properties that have taller boxes to fit their taller hair into the box. So I feel like packaging wouldn't be that much of a problem, and I think it could look pretty cool. The next character from Attack of the Clones, again another alien, Wat Tambor, and I did have this character on my list last year. I just think this character would look really cool with the if they did it in the chrome with most of his body in the chrome and then the fabric accent pieces, and then of course again alien character. So Funko usually gets those bang on there. So the next character from Attack of the Clones, again another alien character, and I believe I had this character on my list last year, Mas Amedda, which is the Chancellor's personal aide. He was Chancellor Valorim's personal aide, and then one of Palpatine's personal aides as well. So I'd like to see him get made into a Funko Pop. I just think the 2 tusks, or the horns or tusks on his head, and then the 2 down below would really look cool in Funko Pop form, and then the sculpt work to form his the sides of his face, whatever you call those, I'm not too sure what they're called, but the sculpting would look really cool as a Funko Pop. So I think Mas Amedda would make a great Funko Pop. Moving into the Clone Wars, this one's a no-brainer for me, and I'm sure it's a no-brainer for a lot of other Star Wars fans, Star Wars Funko collectors. Asajj Ventress. Funko, what are you doing? Why haven't you made an Asajj Ventress Star Wars Funko Pop yet? I'm just going to leave it at that. The next Clone Wars Funko Pop, Mother Talzin. We've gotten a Night Sister with the Gaming Greats line with Marin, but and that one was great. But we need a Mother Talzin. She's the head of the coven, right? So she's a head Night Witch. We need Mother Talzin. And again, with the green acrylic, similar to how they did the Marin Funko Pop using the Night Sister magic, I think that would look really, really awesome. The next Clone Wars character, and again, some of these characters I did have on my list last year, including this one. The Father would be a great one, and it would be a great time to make this one into a Funko Pop with Ahsoka Season 2 coming, not this coming year, but in 2026. So you've got some time to make it Funko, but it makes sense to make these characters and get people hyped for Ahsoka Season 2, because that seems to be the way that Ahsoka Season 2 is going to go, towards having links to the father and the son and the daughter and the mother, Abeloth, as well. So the Father is one character I would love to see, and you could put him in a 3-pack with the other 2 characters following this character, which is the first one, the son, which looks amazing. I think he could look very cool with the red lightning, using the dark side of the Force there. And then the daughter as well would make a great looking Funko Pop, I think. Not so much of an alien, but the different color hair and the outfit would, I think, would translate very well into Funko Pop form. Moving into Revenge of the Sith, Bail Organa. He's been in Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones, Kenobi, Rogue One. I'm pretty sure he's going to be showing up in Andor at some point in Season 2. We need a Bail Organa Funko Pop. Please, Funko, make this Funko Pop a reality. Another one, which I'm surprised we don't have, and this is one I would love to see as well. Mon Mothma. She's showing up in Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith. Um, Kenobi. Did she show up in Kenobi? Now I'm double thinking it. Ahsoka, Rogue One. She showed up in Andor. So she showed up in multiple stuff, and it doesn't matter which version you do. I would like to see a Revenge of the Sith one, or even a Return of the Jedi Mon Mothma would be cool. But Mon Mothma, you need to make some sort of Mon Mothma Funko Pop. Her outfits would look great in Funko Pop form as well. I think it would be very recognizable, very similar to how Padme Funko Pops are very recognizable as the character of Padme with the outfits and stuff. So I think this one's a no-brainer as well. The next one, moving into Andor now, with that connection to Rogue One, Bix Colleen. I'm pretty shocked that we didn't get any commons wave with the first season of Andor. We only got the 3 exclusives. We got Cassian, we got Vel, and then we got B2EMO, and they were all con exclusives. So whether you do a first season of Andor Funko Pops, or maybe you're just going to do a second season of Andor Funko Pops, give us a Bix Colleen, because that was a great character. I think a lot of people would like to see that character made into a Funko Pop. The next one, again, Andor, Luthen Rael. He was a main character in Andor Season 1, a pivotal character, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be a pretty pivotal character in Season 2. So give us a Luthen Rael Funko Pop. Next one, again, Andor. These next few are Andor. Cyril Karn. He was a great character, great new character. And I think in his security outfit would look great, but I guess we'll have to see with Season 2. Maybe they'll give us a Season 2 Funko Pop, but don't make us Funko fans lose out by not doing any commons this time around. You only gave us the 3 Funko exclusives for the first season of Andor. I think that was a big mistake. Give us a Cyril Karn this coming season. Again, another Andor character, Dedra Meero. Great Imperial officer, great new character. A formidable opponent for Cyril Karn there as well. So it seems like they're going to go head to head, or possibly work together. I'm not too sure. I guess we'll have to wait for season 2 if they actually end up working together, or if Cyril kind of comes to his senses and realizes what the Empire is up to. But either way, we do need a Dedra Meero as well. Another character, Kino Loy, in the prison outfit, of course, and this is one that you could do in a 2-pack with the next character, which is Cassian Andor, but in the prison outfit. You can even do a 2-pack with the 2 of them. I think that would be great. I'm not sure why they didn't do a common wave of the Andor Pops, but Funko, you do need to do a common wave when Season 2 comes out in 2026. So, yeah, just saying, there's some Funko Pops you could do if you want to do some Season 1 Funko Pops as well. The next one, moving into Rebels, and I think this is the only Rebels character that we don't have. We got most of the other main characters from Rebels. Of course, there's other versions that we could get of Kanan and Ezra. We didn't get the blind Kanan Funko Pop. That would be amazing. But we didn't get any version of Agent Kallus. So either Imperial or in Rebel form from Season 2. We need an Agent Kallus. Moving into the original trilogy, and this one, these next few characters I had on my list last year, and I still believe that they would make great characters again, because these next few are aliens. So Ponda Baba from the Cantina, even if you had the arm ripped off, that would be awesome. That'd be great. You don't even have to include the arm with the Funko Pop, but with or without the arm, I think it would look amazing as a Funko Pop. You did do the Walrus Man in with the kind of vintagey looking 3-pack that we got with the vintage looking Greedo and the vintage looking Hammerhead Funko Pop. So you have the sculpt. You can just kind of tweak it a little bit and make it better, but I think it would make a great Funko Pop, as well as his companion, his partner in crime, Dr. Evison. Again, this would look great. Like the sculpt work on the burns and stuff on his face would look great. like I said, aliens and droids, Funko does really, really well. So I think this one should be a Funko Pop at some point. The next one, and jumping to Return of the Jedi, because we did get quite a few characters from Empire Strikes Back with that 40th anniversary wave and in other waves as well. But the Rancor Keeper, Malakili, I think he's such a funny character. I think he would be a great character to have in Funko Pop form. Um, the next one, now jumping, well, still in Return of the Jedi, Crix Madine, General Crix Madine, would be a very cool Funko Pop to have, and I think he would sit very well with a possible Mon Mothma Funko Pop if you made it, but also the Admiral Akbar. I think this is a character a lot of people would like to see as Funko Pops. Let me know in the comments if you agree with any of these as well. But moving forward into the expanded universe, or gaming greats as we've gotten lately, Dash Rendar from Shadows of the Empire, because that's one line I feel like Funko is going to continue with the Star Wars Funko Pops, is the gaming greats line of Funko Pops. Each and every one of the gaming greats Star Wars Funko Pops have been absolutely killer. They've nailed it every time with the characters they've released. There is a rumored Star Killer to be coming at some point, but I need a Dash Rendar. Star Wars Shadows of the Empire was one of my favorite video games growing up, so we need a Dash Rendar, but we also need a Prince Shizor as well. That would be an amazing one. We don't have that species as a Funko Pop yet. We did get it as a Black Series figure recently, and we had the 3 3/4 inch figures of Prince Shizor as well. So time for a Funko Pop for this character. And then the next two characters are from, again, another one of my favorite games. So for the Gaming Greats line, Kyle Katarn from Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight. And then, of course, if you're going to have Kyle Katarn, you're going to need Jarek as well, which was the head Dark Jedi from that video game. And I think the look, just his look with the bandage around his eyes and using the Force blindly like that, and the markings on his face, it could look really cool. And then you have the kind of Force absorb there that he's using to absorb the Jedi's essences. Have that as like a bright acrylic piece. I think that would look really, really awesome. So that is my list. I didn't include any sequel trilogy characters because when Disney released the sequel trilogy Funko Pops, they released pretty much every character in the movie. I mean, there's some minor characters that they didn't release and that would be great as Funko Pops, but they released, 3 or 4 Chewies, 3 or 4 Han Solos, quite a few Luke Skywalkers. So we got, and Poe Dameron's, Rey's, so we got enough sequel trilogy characters at the moment, but all these other Funko Pops I think would make great Funko Pops. Let me know what your thoughts are on my Star Wars Funko Pop wish list and which characters would be on your Funko Pop wish list. Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and then click to watch one of my other reviews. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.